So I think I got into sci-fi through Battlestar. Like, I really, really loved Battlestar Galactica.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like, do I go, like, campy sci-fi, or do I go, like, you know, the more modern sci-fi when I was a kid?
I don't know. Oh, that's a good question. I wasn't like a Star Wars, Star Trek girl. Like,
I mean, I love Star Wars. I mean, I could say Star Wars. Star Wars. That's such a cliche answer.
Yeah, what a boring answer. Find something else.
Okay, fine. You know, I'm gonna go crazy. So I love Star Wars. That's the real answer. But the real answer is Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks.
Such a good movie. Tell me I'm wrong. It's such a good movie.
Well, if you're gonna do that, then like, what about Spaceballs?
That was a little before my time.
Oh, you're a youngin'. Okay,
I'm
cool.
2 years younger than you.
Okay, fine.
Halo 3.
Halo 3.
And that was the quintessential Halo in my opinion.
Okay, that's cool. All right. I'm going to have to say ODST because it's the first one that I worked on. You know,
That's
film
fair.
noir. A little unique, a little different.
Special
Yeah,
place in your
super
heart.
small team that made it. It was like a ton of fun, really hard.
Yeah.
Stretched people's creative minds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I
Okay.
like it. Blood Gulch.
Blood Gulch?
Blood Gulch.
Okay. Well, my answer is the one with the wall and the beach on the one side and the equipment on the other side. The thing, I don't know. We'll figure out the name. I'm sticking
We'll get
with
community
it.
feedback. We'll get community
you
feedback.
can-
They'll tell us. Okay.
Fine. By the way, I have an update on my map. It's Last Resort.
Oh. The glowy one that has like the two little like things that come out of it.
The sword.
The sword. The sword.
Okay, I'm in to not repeat her answer because that's actually my favorite weapon, the Needler.
The Warthog.
Yeah, the Warthog.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ryan. I like the sticky grenade, which I think is technically a plasma grenade, right? Like, yeah, but
I didn't
I
know
still
there
sticky.
were any other grenades, so I'm gonna say that to you.
sticky one.
Yeah, the sticky one.
It's
Yeah. I mean, like, neither of us worked here back then. We were probably in high school, but my guess is probably no. I mean, I'm sure they wanted it to be massive, but yeah, I mean, it was really
it's like comparing a game that came out 24 years ago to the industry today. Like, it was a genre definer. Now it just would be a genre title. So, like, sure, it's not going to have the same impact because there's no game like it. It revolutionized multiplayer experience. It was the shooter, right? There wasn't another shooter that was accessible on console since GoldenEye, right? They were the first one. I mean, GoldenEye's in a league of its own, but like, Halo defined so many genres back in the day. Now would just be a shooter. So there is no genre today without Halo. So it's chicken before the egg.
Yeah. I think I would choose Destiny because it's pretty and there's lots of fun emotes and I could probably dance a lot.
That's not untrue. That is actually fair. You can be very expressive in Destiny.
Yeah,
So
I
you
can be
like
very
to
expressive.
literally to your heart's desire
Yeah.
is basically sci-fi, like dress up and Sims, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say probably Destiny. There's just so much to do and to explore. Like as a NPC, just chilling in the tower.
Yeah.
The last city, just hanging out.
Yeah. I could be a sweeper bot.
Yeah, you could just be eating some spicy
Just
ramen.
You can do studio tours through the Bungie Foundation.
Yes, you can.
You just have to donate money
We just.
when we ask you to.
How many did we just? How many studio tours did we give away? Well, not give away, but donate for
I think
and bring
we-
in a gift. Was it
Offer
3 or
like,
4?
yeah.
Yeah, we had 3 or 4 individuals donate for a studio tour during Game to Give earlier last month.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a couple groups coming. I hope it still exists. That means they'll all still have jobs.
Yeah. I guess I have 2 answers to that question. The first is, I don't know, more tactical. Like, I hope we as an industry and I guess as like a player community get to the point where games can be like, they're so hard to make and they're so expensive to make. And I think we're just like at this inflection point where it is too costly to make games for what players are willing to pay. And so we're just like in this really like hard time, I think, in the industry. So if we can like figure that piece out of like how we can like affordably make games.
And also keep it affordable for players.
And
like,
we want to keep it affordable for players, but like there has to, like whatever that balance is, like we need to find that balance, because I think it was easier with box products to find that balance than it is with like live games.
100%.
Yeah. The other thing that I would say is just like continuously more inclusive games, both in terms of like the types of characters we have from different, diverse backgrounds. I'd love to see more accessibility in games. I would love for every single person, regardless of their physical ability, their background, to find not just one game, but like a ton of, like, feel like they have like a library of games that they can play and that they have fun with, that meets their like unique needs, and that they find communities in the games. Yeah. From a company side, we are national. So we're headquartered in Bellevue, Washington. The majority of our employees still are here. But we, during COVID, went like digital first, so we don't all have to be in the office anymore. I think we have like
20-ish states where people work from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most are still here, but
yeah. But it is all within the United States. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, my game right now to wind down, unfortunately, is me winding up and then dropping into Apex. And I think maybe it's just taking some of that stress out on, unsuspecting victims or expecting victims. But yeah, that's my go-to right now, to just turn off everything else. Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. I think most of my days, like, if I've had like a really stressful day, it's like going home, having a glass of wine, reading a book. But if it's the weekend and I'm stressed out, I will say that I do love playing Catan. So I will play a mean game of Catan. Actually, almost exclusively. Maybe that's kind of like a misnomer, but I mean, like when we think about the Little Lights program, like we're working directly with every children's hospital that we're in. Make-A-Wish, we have a huge partnership with Make-A-Wish. On like the humanitarian aid side, we have 3 primary nonprofits that we support. We're primarily like a grant-making function for our humanitarian aid side, primarily Team Rubicon, International Rescue Committee, and Direct Relief. I mean, we're a team of 5 people, so there's only so much that we can do as a team, and we really, partner with amazing charitable organizations that are doing the work that we're super passionate about, that align with our mission and values, and make sure that we're, supporting their work.
I have no idea, because I was still in high school, probably middle school at that point in time. So, I actually do know the answer to this, because I wrote a letter to the devs at Bungie, and they read it, and they're like, "You're super smart, but we're not going to hire you for 20 years, and you're going to have to do it." No idea. Yeah.
On the foundation side, absolutely. I mean, I think it's actually a core part of what we do. A big part of the Little Lights program and the impetus behind it was to create like equitable entertainment in like a hospital setting. Because you think of, people who come to the hospital, every once in a while, like there might be somebody who has an iPhone or an iPad or something like that. But oftentimes they're families that have, are just, economically stressed out and don't have the capacity to provide that type of entertainment, and this way every single patient gets the same, opportunity to play. And I think we actually find, like on the Make-A-Wish side too, the kids who are wishing for like entertainment technology, they're wishing for it because their family can't afford, to do that themselves. And so I think for us, like being able to grant a wish, and oftentimes for us is making somebody's current and future dream a reality, right? Like I want to be a YouTube star, I want to be a DJ, I want to be a professional gamer, but they don't see the pathway into it based on whatever their current family situation is, and that's something that we can provide through the services that we offer. That's such a good idea. Yeah, I don't think that we have, like, obviously, like we've offered MTX items for charity in the Eververse. But I don't think we've ever thought about like a roundup type of thing. So I think that's something we should recommend to the devs. That's really cool.
Love the idea.
I think it actually has already started, and I think it's not going to stop. Especially like when we see like VR headsets and more like immersive games and entertainment. At least like what I see with our hospital partners, it's already making such a huge difference, and it's part of the reason like why our Little Lights program works with like in occupational therapy and rehab settings, because it has such a direct, gamifying anything, like making like that hard work feel like play is such an important part, especially like for kids or adults even with like PTSD, things like that. Like games is such an important therapeutic tool for so many people. So I think it's super critical.
Seeing through our partners that we've seen, we've seen a lot of cool technologies and companies that are coming up, and the stuff they build for patients, and it's kind of mind-blowing. Like I would encourage anybody to just Google. It's out there already. It's happening.
Yeah. It does. I think it still have a ways to go in terms of making it into the mainstream, but
it's very much a real technology and real treatment that hospitals use.
Yeah, for sure. I would
talk to Halo Studios.
I would ask Microsoft.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not us anymore. So.
Well, so I didn't work on Destiny directly, but through the foundation, we made many things in Destiny.
That's true.
And we had multiple, events with creators and such in Destiny. So honestly, I think it was last January 2024. Yes, as our annual Game to Give campaign. And we raised over $3 million in a 2-week period of time. We had all these Destiny assets that we made, emblems and emotes and ghosts in the game that the foundation, we didn't make them, but they were our ideas that we put to artists and such, and they came back with these amazing assets. And we raised $3 million with that. We hosted our first truly big live stream, and we raised almost 200K during that live stream. So that to me was a holy we did it moment, and especially during a period where Bungie was not
player sentiment was
very
pretty low.
well at the time, post playoffs, post final shape announcement for the delay and everything. So but the community showed up, and it was because of stuff that we put our collective minds together, and our devs supported us, and they made these things, and the community was rallied. So that was a really cool moment. As someone playing Halo 2 at the time, it felt great because I was playing it. So great.
I think anecdotally from the dev team, just hearing their stories afterwards, what a proud moment, to culminate after. Halo 2, I've heard, was the hardest game that anybody has made, in Bungie's history, and to have it be that successful, I think was a huge moment for everybody.
I have no comment on a peer's studio's ability to make games.
Yeah. Making games is hard.
Making games is hard.
Making
games is hard.
Never say never, but probably never.
Yeah, maybe never, but maybe not never. Yeah. I think yes and no. Yeah, right. You establish a certain level of, success in a game, and people love it, and you don't want to. You're maybe afraid to break the mold a little bit, but at the same time, it's expected that you kind of break the mold. So, it's a double-edged sword there. Definitely hard. It wasn't necessarily the job. I think it was the culture and the people and just learning a different way of thinking and doing business. Whereas coming from Wall Street is very different than working in a video game company. You're dealing with creatives and all types of different skills that you've never encountered at a bank. Yeah, the skills can be transferable, but it's just learning a new culture and new way of working. Put it this way, keeping the ships aligned and all sailing towards port or the treasure
To
chest.
the safe harbor.
The
treasure
chest.
chest. I like
yes,
that.
the
Sailing
treasure
towards the treasure chest.
They're really hard to make.
And they take longer to
And they
make
take
and
a
more
long
people
time.
to make
Yeah.
than they expect.
Yeah. And that we are listening. Like, we hear you. We hear you. We hear your feedback. So, yeah, it's not like we ignore it.
I built it. No, but the answer really is like Bungie has such a passion for helping others, and I have a really strong passion for helping others, and we found each other in a really beautiful way, and we built something really beautiful. Yeah, I mean, like the now Little Lights program, formerly iPads for Kids, I think has changed like thousands and thousands and thousands of lives of patients who are going through their scariest and darkest moments, and providing them with hope, with distraction, with a sense of normalcy. I really think that the Little Lights program can change the patient experience for the better, and give them something that feels like they can be kids, and they can be themselves and find something that brings them joy.
What's the number? Do you recall when we did the exercise to figure out the number of patients that we've served?
Oh, I mean, it's hundreds of thousands.
It's like
of
literally
patients,
hundreds
yeah.
of thousands of
Yeah,
patients that have
it's
used
so
the
many
iPads for
patients.
Kids
Yeah.
program. Like, it's a massive number.
Yeah. Back in 2018, the number was greater than the total population of Iceland, which is like 100-something thousand people.
crazy.
And like since then, we've
Yeah.
tripled in the amount of hospitals. So
Yeah.
it's probably close to 1 million, maybe a million. I don't know. A lot of people. So we actually work with a specific discipline that's called a child life specialist. So they're basically pediatric psychologists, but they have a different degree, but you can kind of think of them in the same way. So a child life specialist is at every single children's hospital in the country, and their entire job is to care for the social emotional well-being of patients. Especially in the early days of the program, we worked hand in hand with them to figure out how to build the program in a way that was really meaningful. And would kind of meet the bar that we needed to for the patients.
Well, we'll just have to wait and find out.
Oh, fair.